It was a hazy, golden afternoon in late summer, and the heat was just starting to dip into something tolerable. Max and Lila sat side by side on the hood of his old car, parked at their usual spot overlooking the lake. A few ducks paddled lazily in the distance, and dragonflies zipped across the water's surface like sparks. Lila turned to Max, her legs swinging over the side, eyes gleaming with the kind of mischief that always meant trouble, or adventure. Sometimes both. "I've been working on something," she said, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. Max raised an eyebrow. "What kind of something?" She grinned, wide and uncontainable. "A spell." "A real one?" Max laughed. "Like a magic spell?" "No, Max," she said, nudging his arm playfully. "Like actual magic. I've been reading this old book from my aunt's attic. It's kind of messed up, smells like burnt cinnamon and old leather, but it's legit. And I figured out how to do a body swap." Max stared. "Wait. You're serious?" Lila's smile widened. "Dead serious. I can swap your soul into my body, and mine into yours. Temporary, of course, just for fun, an hour or two, just to see what it's like." Max blinked. "Why would you even want to do that?" She leaned in, excited now. "Think about it. You'd get to know what it's like being me, having my voice, my strength, my hair, and I'd get to be you. It's like the ultimate empathy experiment." Max hesitated. "And you're sure it's safe?" "Totally." She paused. "Mostly, well, probably, but hey, we're best friends. If anything goes wrong, we'll fix it, together." He looked at her, her face lit with anticipation, eyes alight with curiosity and just a dash of chaos. This was typical Lila, diving into the unknown with both feet. After a long pause, Max sighed, a smile tugging at his lips. "All right. Let's do it?" Lila clapped her hands once. "Yes. You won't regret it." She jumped off the car and pulled the small cracked leather-bound book from her backpack. The air felt suddenly heavier, like the world was holding its breath. She opened the book, flipped to a page marked with a pressed violet, and looked up at Max. "You ready?" "As I'll ever be." She began to read. The moment Lila spoke the last word of the incantation, the world shimmered, not visibly, but in a way Max felt. Like his bones were weightless for a moment, his vision blurred at the edges, and the sound of the lake quieted to a vacuum hush. Then it snapped back. Everything looked the same, except everything felt different. Max looked down. Small hands, delicate wrists, smooth forearms dusted with a shimmer of peach fuzz. A tank top stretched over a chest that very much wasn't his. His jaw dropped. Lila, now in Max's body, whooped. "Oh my God, this is awesome!" she shouted, throwing her arms into the air. Max was still staring at himself. No, herself. What?" he stammered, turning in a slow, disbelieving circle. His voice came out higher, softer, with that upward inflection Lila always had when she was excited. Lila ignored him for the moment, too busy testing out her new borrowed body. "Okay, let's see what this engine can do," she said, grinning in Max's voice. She dropped to the ground and started doing push-ups, quick, clean ones, like she'd been waiting for an excuse. 1, 2, 3, "Oh my God, your arms are amazing," she called out, still pumping. "How are you not constantly doing handstands?" Meanwhile, Max touched her face. He ran his fingers over his cheekbones, traced his lips, tugged gently at a strand of Lila's long hair. He spun toward the car's side mirror and stared. That's me. That's you. I'm you," he said, eyes wide. He tugged the tank top away from his collarbone, peeking down, then blushed and turned around. "Okay, this is officially the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me." Lila flopped onto her back in the grass, arms spread out, sweat on Max's borrowed brow. "This is so cool. You have no idea how heavy my body usually feels compared to this. I feel like I could lift a house right now." Max walked up slowly, still gazing down at Lila's, hands, feet, hips. "It's so weird. I'm short. And light. And, oh my God, I have nail polish on." "You're welcome," Lila said, sitting up. I just did that last night. Max looked at her, himself, with awe and a touch of panic. This is a lot. It's amazing, she grinned. They stood there, two best friends in each other's skin, watching each other with brand new eyes. The lake rippled behind them, like it too was adjusting to this odd little shift in reality. Shopping mall? Late morning. Max, still adjusting to walking in Lila's slightly too small sandals, stands in front of a mirror at a trendy boutique, modeling a sundress she would totally wear. He twirls awkwardly, then catches his reflection and lets out a surprised laugh. I get it now, he mutters, grinning. This is kind of cute. Lila, in Max's broader body, emerges from the changing room in a pair of ripped jeans and a tight t-shirt. She flexes in the mirror, smirking. I look like I should be in a band. Or breaking hearts. She struts past Max, grabbing a pair of aviator sunglasses on the way. Let's buy everything. Beach. Early afternoon, they splash through the waves, laughing and chasing each other like kids again. Lila, in Max's body, cannonballs into the water, causing a huge splash. Max in Lila's form shrieks, holding her arms up, then bursts into giggles. Later they lie on beach towels, side by side, sun soaking into unfamiliar skin. Max glances over, still amazed. I feel like a guest in a luxury hotel. Lila sips from a smoothie. You're welcome. Outdoor cafe, sunset. The table is crowded with plates, pasta, ice cream, drinks with umbrellas. Max, as Lila tries Lila's signature dish and moans. How do you not eat this every day? Lila, as Max, takes a big bite of burger, cheek stuffed. Because being you means I can. They laugh, clink their glasses together, and take a selfie. Their smiles, though coming from the wrong faces, are unmistakably theirs. That night, outside Lila's house, the crickets chirp as they stand under the porch light, bodies still swapped, faces slightly flushed from the day's sun and laughter. Max fidgets with a strand of Lila's hair. This was actually kind of incredible. Lila nods, hands in Max's hoodie pockets. I feel like I understand you a little better now. Also, your legs are so long. Do you know how powerful that is? Max chuckles. And your eyelashes are like, unfairly good. They both smile. Lila stretches, yawning. We should probably switch back tomorrow morning. You cool with that? Yeah. Max says softly. Let's meet at the lake. Same spot? She nods, then pauses. But, hey, this doesn't have to be the last time. Max grins. You thinking what I'm thinking? Magic sleepovers, they say in unison, then burst into laughter. Good night, Max, she says, turning toward the door. Max smiles. Good night, Lila. They wave, awkwardly in unfamiliar hands, then head to bed, the world just a little stranger and more exciting than it had been the day before. Max woke slowly, the morning sun already creeping through the curtains of Lila's lavender-colored bedroom. For a moment, he forgot everything. Then he sat up, blinked down at the narrow arms tangled in soft floral sheets, and remembered, right. I'm her. Getting dressed proved challenging. He stood in front of her open closet, towel barely clinging around his chest, staring at an intimidating wall of options, crop tops, skirts, jeans with way too many buttons, an overwhelming array of colors and patterns. Okay, he muttered, hands on hips. Let's not panic. Just pick something that looks like it wouldn't betray me. Eventually he settled on a simple sundress, soft yellow, knee-length and breezy. It slipped on easily at least. But zipping the back took a solid 5 minutes of awkward twisting and tiny curses. He stared in the mirror. It was weird. Really weird. But not bad. Still him, but lit up from the outside by someone else's softness. Her softness. He brushed her hair. His hair? As best he could, and patted into the kitchen barefoot, trying not to feel too obvious. Lila's mom was at the stove. She turned when she heard him come in. Gave him that warm smile she always had for her daughter. Oh, sweetie, she said, eyes softening. You look so pretty in that dress. Max's breath caught. She didn't know. She couldn't, but the words settled around him like something gentle and safe. Thanks, he said quietly, unable to stop a shy smile. He ate quickly, heart racing. Today, they'd switch back. Today, he'd see Lila again. As he stepped out into the warm morning air, dress fluttering slightly in the breeze, he felt happy. The awkwardness had passed. Now he just wanted to run. And he did, practically skipping down the sidewalk, sandals slapping on pavement, heading to the lake, their spot. The place where it all started. When he turned the corner at the end of Larchwood Avenue, he saw her. There she was, across the road. His own body, her soul inside it, standing on the other side, waving, smiling. She was radiant. "Lila," he called, lifting a hand. She took a step forward, then another. Then it happened. A blur of red, tires screeching, the sickening thud. Her body, his body, tossed like a rag doll onto the pavement. Max screamed. People ran. Someone shouted to call an ambulance. Time bent and cracked into strange, sharp fragments. But Max didn't move. He couldn't. He just stood there, barefoot in her yellow sundress, watching his own face lie motionless in the street. Hours later, they told him she died on impact. They asked him if he wanted to call someone. They didn't know who he really was. No one did. He sat alone on a bench outside the hospital. The sun was setting again, low and amber, casting long shadows across the parking lot. He looked down at her hands, still trembling, felt the sting of her tears on cheeks that weren't his. Ached in ways he didn't yet understand. The spell hadn't reversed. There was no time, no second chance, no undoing. Lila was gone. And Max was still in her body. Forever.
You can shake it anyway. Oh, don't push back.